Episode 800 of the Too Thick Pod, your home for all things sports, cards, and levity. And there is a lot of attractiveness on the screen, none of which is my co-host, Manny. Welcome.
Welcome everyone to this special edition to our Too Thick Live. We have some special guests. We have Mr. Brad in the building, the number one promoter in the Midwest. He's a movie star. We have Courtney.
I'm already going to stop you, Manny.
No.
You said the Midwest.
It's the nation.
Earth. How about Earth?
How about world?
I like that. Okay, Earth. No, I don't see promoters out there directing movies and everything to promote their show. So you got a point.
Brad Scorsese.
There you go. Then we have the number one scavenger hunt on Earth, ran by Courtney and Jeremy, a little bit of Jeremy, but mostly Courtney. We're giving Courtney all the credit here. And then we have the number one group submitter in the world, TNT, with us. And we're all under one roof right now. So I'm pretty excited. How are you guys?
You guys forgot the number one sports card podcast.
I like that. Yep. I can't toot my own horn like that. So
I'll toot it. I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. I'm excited that Shipshewana is this weekend. It's coming up quick.
If I spun my computer around, you would see that my office behind, like, this all looks nice and neat right here because I was rushing to clean my office space up. Everything back here is stacked full of card show paraphernalia. We have stuff for the scavenger hunt. We have cards for sale. We have our signs. We have everything. And it looks like we're moving out of our house.
No, it's going to be here before you know it.
I do want to say, and we also have in the building, Matt, the number one, what would you call it, Jeremy? They're like a do-it-all app, right? Ludex app.
They didn't.
They didn't. All right.
The check did not clear, so we're not going to talk about them right now.
How's it going, Tyler and Tommy?
Rocking and rolling.
Doing good. Living the dream.
Glad to be here.
Brad?
So it's like if you're an MMA fan, you always hear Dana White say, like, fight week. And the vibe up here in Michigan, which was 70 degrees yesterday, we woke up to a tornado and it was 20 and snowing just a mere 10, 12 hours later. The vibe in Michigan is it's show week. And anybody that lives around here is talking about Shipshewana. They're talking about Brad's hype videos. They're talking about Ryan being there. They're talking about Tyler's going to be walking around buying all your cards. They're talking about Courtney's scavenger hunt. They're talking about Hollister and the best low-end cards. They're talking about all the people coming in with the 5-figure cards. This truly is the best one-day show in Earth. And we're excited, man. It's the vibe is cool. And I think Tyler and Tommy would agree. They're talking with people every day. And, you know, that's all they were talking about today. Like, it's show week, man. This is an exciting time.
There's nothing like Shipshewana week.
The group chat that I'm in for the scavenger hunt is so hyped. Like, everybody's like, it's so funny because it feels like so much. Everyone's like, it's like going on vacation and everyone's like, I'm doing this. I got this planned. I have this thing. I have the group chat and then I have my personal DMs that just blow up with like, look at what I'm bringing. I made these. I just got a message like literally like 10 minutes before I jumped on here. FC Cards was like, I finished my scavenger hunt packs and he's like showing them to me for the kids. We have so many people donating stuff this time. It is insane how excited everybody gets for Shipshewana.
Look, it's Card Fest. Brad hasn't even talked one time. That's how good the show is. The promoter doesn't even have to do anything. He'll show up. Gabby will do all the work.
Yep.
We'll collect the money. Brad will then get all the likes on Instagram and Facebook. Brad, what's new about this show and what's gone into like setting it up to be like truly like everybody's favorite one-day show in the Midwest?
Yeah, no, obviously show week. So super excited. Man, and this one feels like it has a different vibe. I was just telling someone the other day, I've not gotten so many texts before from people saying, hey, I've talked to 2 or 3 people that have never been and they're coming this time. So I think we hit the calendar very well. If you look around the Midwest, there's not a lot of regional shows this weekend. It seems like they all stack themselves next weekend and the weekend after that with Nashville and Chicago. So we got very blessed by the date. Obviously got blessed. We're hoping that it stays the same. Looks like 60 and sunny on Saturday, which is a far cry from last year in the snowmageddon that we went through. So I'm actually hoping to prop open all the doors and let the fresh breeze come through. And if it's a little crowded in there, maybe let some of the BO out and really enjoy the day.
Hey.
So I'm super excited. And that's no shot at a singular person. It's just a lot of people moving through.
Yes, it is. You
Then
know who
why'd you
you
look right
are.
at me?
You know who you are. Brad was calling you out. If you're listening, you know.
It's
Yeah,
the
You can do it or not.
Me.
But we're super excited. I'm we made a couple changes. So anxious to see how that goes. I'm a perfectionist and I want everything to go perfect, and I'd make a terrible president because if I didn't get 100% approval rating, I would quit. So those guys are like 55% and are doing well. So, always worried that the dealers know I have their back, always worried that the customers have a good time. If you tell me 200 good things about the show, but there's 2 negatives, I will lose sleep over it. So, but I think that's what makes us is that we worry about every little thing. And I just hope more and more lately, I just keep telling my wife, I hope we just have fun. Like, that's really all I hope. I used to worry about dealers making a certain amount of money. I used to worry about different things. And I'm just like, I just really want people to enjoy the hobby. Cards are affordable again, for the most part. Like, let's just celebrate that. And the fact that this industry or hobby took a massive hit in values, and shows are as popular as they've ever been. So I'm super excited about that. And I can't wait. I just can't wait to see everyone as well. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, you took way too long of a break.
It's been a while.
I think
what,
when you
4 or
talk
5
about
months?
when you talk about CardFest, I think you touched on it earlier, and was the Snowmageddon. There is not another show in the United States where there would be a blizzard in undrivable conditions with no power, and you'd still have 150 to 200 people strong at a trade night operating off of battery power from their cell phones and their flashlights.
Mhm.
And so I say all that because you have a hardcore fan base that's going to show up and travel from states away for a one-day show. For somebody who's new and hasn't attended or is on the fence and maybe have a little FOMO because they can't get to Dallas or they didn't get to Burbank, what can they expect to see at CardFest?
Hopefully they just feel like a different vibe. And I love local shows. Like, I go to local shows all the time. I try to support them big time. I love the hobby, but hopefully it feels just like the name says, like almost a festival environment rather than like your normal VFW hall card show. Right. And there's nothing wrong with those shows. Go to them every weekend and love them. But with the food trucks, the national level vendors that you'll find all the way down to some of the best dollar boxes you'll dig through. We're super excited to have Mikey B back. He sets up twice a year, and he only sets up in Shipshewana. And I swear to goodness, he puts $40 cards in his $10 boxes, and dealers.
I have bought some. So yes, he does do that. And Jason Gillespie with Sports Card Machines, man, that guy's got some of the best cards I've ever seen.
Yeah, Hall of Fame Autos, Jason Gillespie, and he brings a guy named John Summers with him who has like amazing stuff that really appeals to a lot of people. I'll stop there only because we could go.
You could name everyone.
40 deep. So no, I'm super excited. But to answer your question, I hope they just find it a very welcoming environment. Is 100% of our dealers like always 1,000% over the top excited? No, but man, the percentage of people that are kind and try to do the right thing that set up at Shipshewana, I think is what makes it what it is. So I hope they come and have a good time and leave and go, wow, that felt nice. It felt like people are having fun and try to take care of each other.
What my favorite thing about the show, I would say right now, is anybody could go and buy raw cards, like you were saying, $40 cards, and can go right to the TNT booth, submit their cards for grading just like that. Because I know some people get nervous. We kind of brought this up in the past that it's the first time grading, so they don't know what to do. And they're nervous to send in their cards through mail. Well, you have Tyler and Tommy right there. You could just hand it off and they deal with everything on the other end and you get your card back graded. So I think I do enjoy that, having them there as well.
Well, and I will tell you guys, I feel like myself and Tommy and Tyler grew up together in the hobby.
Yeah.
Like my show was just starting. They were kind of getting into submitting, and to see their growth is incredible. And I'm going to dote on them for a minute. I set up with them at National for a bit. Overwhelming in Chicago. Like I thought it was a regional Michigan, Northern Indiana kind of company. And there were people coming up and dropping off cards. And I was like, Tyler, that was Lameme James that just handed you like a stack of cards. Like, so really proud of those guys, and a great way to put your foot in the water if you've never graded before with them, reviewing the cards, sending them in for you. It couldn't be easier. And I'm a user. I bother them all the time with my cards. So couldn't be more happy to have them on site and taking care of people.
Yeah, no, that was our first show. It was funny. We messaged Brad. We need 8 tables.
He's like, "Are you sure?
8 tables? What
I
are you
think
talking
so.
about? 8 tables?" I'm like, "Yeah, we 8 tables, no problem. We'll be good."
I think
And-
it should be fine."
I didn't know if 8 was going to be enough, because in all honesty, back then when we were grading mainly for ourselves. So we always had, like, the amount of inventory we had back then we had a lot. A lot of stuff you wouldn't grade today. But we had a ton of inventory,
Jeremy, listen to how big time that TNT has gotten.
No, I mean, not just us, like stuff that nobody should grade, right? I mean, nobody should grade.
I'm just getting ready to tell a story. I've had 2 different promoters reach out to me at very nice shows. Hey, can you help me get TNT to my show? This is these guys' world they live in now. They're getting requests from pretty big time shows to get them to come out and provide their services.
Well, that Tommy took me to California to PSA last year, and it would be an episode if I didn't just crowbar that in there.
Hey, Jeremy.
Yep.
I just wanted to. I asked Brad first. He declined, so you were choice B. Just saying, buddy.
Oh no, truth came out, Jeremy.
Dude, I'm sorry. I had to just spill it. I know
Jeremy jumps off
it doesn't ruin the magic that we have.
In fairness, magical. The night you called me, you said, "Hey, Brad said no, but we all know he won't be a lot of fun. You and me will be able to get into some trouble." And you did tell me, Thomas, that your vote was for me. Tyler went with Brad. But you know what? It is Brad's show, so.
And it was honestly between you and Manny
of going to PSA.
And I flipped a coin. Heads was Manny, tails was you. Who I was going to ask. I figured one of you both would probably say yes, and then Jeremy won the flip, so he got asked.
In fairness, they wanted a 9th table, is why they asked me first. And I was out, so they said, "Well, we'll take the fun," and that's Jeremy.
We're down to 6 tables now, Brad.
Yeah, Brad.
We're for the people.
Tyler and I were actually talking earlier today because our first show ever setting up was at Shipshewania. And we did one show, and Courtney or I, like, we're going to quit both of our jobs right now. This is easy. You do $15K at every single show we'll set up, 3 times a week. Easy peasy. And the next show we did like $17. It cost us $200. And, like, not going to quit our job.
All that to say that it was so funny because I messaged Brad, and it was before Shipshewana was getting big, and Jeremy's like, "Hey, I heard about this show. Everyone's talking about it." I think it was only like maybe the 2nd or 3rd time that you had ever done it at that point. So it was, we're not day 1 people because we suck, but we were like day 3 people. And, so he's like, it's got a lot of hype behind it. He's like, we should go. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to message him and see if we can get a table. And I sent him all of our social media. I'm like, we'll talk about the show. Please let us have a table. You're like, I have 1 table I can give you. And so we set up, and we have been going ever. I should share the picture. I like to share it once in a while because it's a fun reminder of where we started to where we're at now. Because it was like one sad little table, and we had one sad little orange tablecloth. We didn't have a pop-up, and we didn't have any of our, like reckless stuff. It didn't look anything like what, our setup looks like now. And I was so proud, and we did so good, and it was so much fun. It was the best show I'd ever been to, and it was the first show we'd ever set up at. So it speaks volumes about how much work and effort Brad puts into this show every time. It isn't just like, oh, this is the biggest one that we do each year. It's every single one of these shows that he puts on. He puts his entire heart and soul into, and you can tell by how big, and a rising tide raises all ships. The Shipshewana show has really improved, everybody who attends it, I think, in my personal opinion.
It does. Me and Jeremy, we talked about this before. In Michigan area, there's not a lot of soccer, right? Collectors out there. I could only sell stuff at Shipshewana, soccer at Shipshewana. And it's because of all the indie collectors. They come up. I know there's a couple like Dollar Card Box. There's Indie, Brett. They come up and they're all looking for soccer. So I made Jeremy and I, we always talk about it. The trade night. We haven't even gotten to the trade night. I did so well at the trade night that Jeremy makes fun of me because anybody that came up to me the next day and threw an offer, maybe like at 60 or 7%, I was like, take it. I'm already in the hole, or like not in the hole, but I've already made so much money from trade night. I'm so happy. So
that's crazy. The amount of money that's spent on trade night is insane. I wish there was a way to track how much actual, money transacts at that show, but I don't even know what number to put on it. I mean, it's got to be just like,
that's a lot.
Well into the six figures. It's like, is it 200,000? Is it 300,000? I really have no idea. I mean, I know one trade night, we were buying for a repacker and we spent 40,000 and we could have spent more. I mean, that's a show. Like if you wanted to, you could go and spend 100,000 without even trying, and you wouldn't be buying, you'd be buying good stuff,
quality stuff. Yeah.
From your dollar boxes. All the way up to $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 cards. Every single, price point's in that room. I
think last trade night, Ryan, Card Collector 2, bought a Mickey Mantle rookie.
Yeah.
And trade night, at trade night. So, you take your mantles down, people are buying those.
We talk about it all the time. Like one of my favorite things about the hobby is like we can all do it completely different and still have a great time. We have gone to Shipshewana, card rich, cash poor. We have gone with a nice even mix. We've gone with cash and no cards. And on trade night, we've been able to position ourselves for the next day, either to have like no stress that we have already made our money or bought the cards we wanted to or traded into, or, we've gone like, hey, I want to make sure I've got cash to spend tomorrow, flip a couple cards. And it's like, no matter where you're at in your hobby journey, there's going to be somebody there that you can wheel and deal with. And like, it's the community thing. There's so many people that you look forward to seeing. You're watching people's kids grow up. You're like, man, last time I saw that kid, he was significantly smaller. Or I look forward to seeing so-and-so and catching up. And there's all the little trade nights that pop up after trade night, which is just absolutely wild, where it's like the same group of people that are like making it like this sub thing of the original thing.
Can I tell you a cool story real quick? Just happened like 2 hours ago. Had a group, two guys. I don't know the ages, probably in that like 17 to 20-year-old range, but they contacted me and they said, Mr. Beeman, I just wanted to, which no one should ever say that, but they were like, we just wanted to make sure it was okay. We want to host a trade night over at the farmstead. We've already talked to the farmstead to get their permission. In fact, we may buy a conference room. Are you okay with that? We don't want to infringe. And I was like, one, I couldn't stop you anyways. But two, because you asked that way, I'll see you over there. Like I'll walk over there and check it out. And so I just love the community. I hope we all take care of each other that way. The only thing that ever burns me out is ego and politics. And we have so very little of that. And that's what I'm the happiest about. And even if we do get a little bit of it, there's enough people like you guys I can talk to be like, it's okay. Like it doesn't, you don't have to give in to every request. So anyways, I really love the vibe, and I hope that never changes. I hope we never become it doesn't fit. When I say family, I bet some people are like, oh, that's so hokey or sappy, but literally that's the vibe I feel with a lot of people that attend the show, for the vast majority.
So let's be a little bit vulnerable for 1 second, Mr. Beeman. When you hear Dallas, which is widely regarded as one of the best regional shows in the country, it takes place 5 or 6 times. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I follow a lot of people. I don't know who's responsible for Dallas. There's several other shows where I have an idea of who's responsible. How does it make you feel that when somebody says Shipshewana, it's synonymous with one Mr. Beeman, and your name is carried and spoke in such high regard? That's got to be an incredible feeling that what you and everybody that supported you has built.
Yeah, and I don't want to go negative. Believe me, anytime you do anything, there's people that don't think you're amazing. There's some people out there, but no, it was never intended to be that way. I'm not comfortable on camera. You're going to laugh and go, you just made 2 commercials in a row for your show. You seem comfortable. But if you were with Ang Lin, who does my videos for me, and I love that guy, and he does wedding videos for thousands of dollars, but because he loves the hobby, he gives me like the cheapest rate ever, because it takes his mind off doing weddings, right? And he gets to do something fun and bring his drone out and do all these things. But it's really fun. It's really fun. I love going to shows and people are like, hey, I love your show. Or but it comes with a lot of pressure too. Like, if we get, we've never truly counted, but if we get 1,700 people through the door instead of 1,900, oh, this one was kind of down. Or if a dealer makes $8,000 instead of 10, so I feel the pressure of that too, because I am the face of the show a lot of times. But I mean, obviously the overall appreciation we get for the show is everything. And it's fun. I work in insurance. I always joke, I can't use my creative brain too hard in insurance. It's not a very sexy topic. So this is my release for that. I love just social media and I love marketing, and the commercial thing has been really fun for me to collaborate with Ang and for
the one you made was really good. Like that.
I got goosebumps.
It was super dramatic. Like I almost thought there should have been a car chase or something because of the music. For Memorial Day, I talked to him. I want to do, maybe I shouldn't give it away, but let's just say we're going to be on the same day as the flea market. And I want like a drone shooting from the venue to the flea market, so everyone sees how vast and huge that is if they want to drop their family off over there. Right. So as you can tell, that's the part that gets me excited. Not the putting out the tables and putting them up. That's my least.
No, you need to get one where you're you're brought in on a horse and buggy.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You have to be coming in on a horse and buggy, dressed up in the proper attire.
And like you open the door and you just like all you see is your foot come out first.
Ooh, you gotta grow a beard. You gotta get a beard.
Listen, we're all gonna have a couple of drinks and we're gonna plan this one out.
I like this. It'll be on the next year when it's the March, you could even have it on the Super Bowl commercial. We're gonna see it as a Super Bowl commercial soon.
That's one of the biggest surprises about the show is how people from like Chicago and Cincinnati and Cleveland, they like love the horse and buggies. Like when my early marketing said nothing about this being an Amish country, because I thought, well, that's certainly not going to draw someone to a card show. Now it may draw them for food and entertainment and stuff, but not for a card show. And now literally our logo has a big horse and buggy on it. We own it. We love it. And that brings me joy that people enjoy seeing that culture and taking that in.
I know when my kids talk about that, I can't wait to go. I just love driving up there and seeing the horses and the buggies.
You do have to kind of navigate the droppings.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Now when it's
car wash after the trip.
Not when it's Snowmageddon, you just go. Hopefully you're on the road. But I do have a question for TNT here. Adam said, will TNT have any special grading specials for the show?
So we'll have our standard grading, as far as where it starts at $19 for PSA bulk. And then your normal 15 for SGC, and then in the 22 and for Beckett. But what we are doing though, we're giving away 20, we gave Courtney 20 golden tickets. She made them, but we gave her permission for 20 golden tickets to where part of the packs for the kids, they'll have a chance to win a free grading at any of the base levels with PSA, Beckett, or SGC. And
so
then
bring your kids and then steal them.
Yeah. And then we talked to Brad, and we're going to do the same thing. We did this at the Black Friday show, to where we're going to do, what was it, Brad? $500 winners.
Yep.
For grading credit as well. So we're going to do that. So hopefully Adam, you win, because I know you'll use it.
Yeah, we're going to $100 every half hour, 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11, 11:30. Gabby, I'm putting her in charge of that, the only real Beeman that works hard. And she's going to do the
Big fact.
drawings. Yeah, she's going to do the drawings, and we're going to give out that break credit every half hour for the early birds.
I like it.
I just love Gabby so much. I just love her. She is such a sweet person.
She was awesome on our we did a too thick taste test with those jelly beans.
Yeah, that was fun.
She was dragging people over to do it.
She was like, I got people. She's like grabbing people to come do it.
My favorite, Courtney, do you remember when she's like, if you don't do it, I'm going to tell my dad and you'll never do this show again. And she was just flexing her power. And I was like, go Gabby, that's my girl.
Yeah. You'll lose your tables.
The best part about it is that never happened. Don't slander Gabby's name. No, it's fun because you can bring, I'm bringing all my kids this time. Like you can bring your kids. It's a fun time. That was the one thing the first time we went to the show, I told Brad, I'm like, hey, we should do like a kids thing, and he was like, sure. And so we talked about it and we did it, and it has gotten so big. It has gotten so big that the last show, so you go back to Snowmageddon, we had over 275 kids do it, and it was a blizzard. The last show we did, I ran out within the first 3 hours. I ran out of prizes, and I had made over 300 prizes within the first, 3 hours. So that's 100 kids an hour pretty much, and we don't, I'm very careful because we do have, limited prizes, and we do offer, like we have big prizes. Eek Sports Cards donates Zion cases. We have free grading. We have a signed jersey this time. We have, just slab strongs. We have the chains. We, sealed wax. We have so many prizes that it's really important, to me that we do it as fairly as possible. So we do limit it. It's like one per kid. There's always a few kids that like, I see them wandering around and they come up to me at the end and I'm like, you already did this. And they're like, oh, I'm like, you can't do it twice. What do you mean? My favorite is we have always started it like right when the show starts, because when we first did it, it was kind of a novelty and not a lot of people knew about it. But it has gotten so big that we, first it was like from the second the show started until it closed, we were running it. And then it was like, okay, some of the vendors were like, hey, we're still trying to set up, and we have these kids, like, not that they don't mind, but it's like they're trying to set up and they have the kids like, I need my stamps, I need my stamps, I need my stamps. So we set it up where it starts now. It was starting like a half hour after the show started. And then this last one, I'm like, we ran out of prizes. So I'm like desperately running around the show trying to find things that I can buy to add back into the prizes so that we can have prizes and keep going. So because it's gotten so big and it is so popular, we're going to set a time limit on it this time. For the first time ever, it is only going to be from 9 to 1. 9 to 1. So if you want your kids to participate, just make sure that you're there within that time, that time frame. I'm working out some things to be able to, maybe bring some more people in and see if we can extend it back out the entire length of the show. But it is hard to maintain that level of like making it as good as it's been and running it for the entire length of the show. So it's in order to keep the integrity of it and keep it as awesome and keep the prizes as good and make sure the kids have a really good time, we're going to shorten up the span of it this time from 9 to 1.
Good idea.
We couldn't thank you guys enough for that. This is probably too much inside baseball. The Reckless crew would probably be embarrassed for me to tell this. Literally what I pay them to run the most amazing kids card scavenger hunt you've ever seen is 2 free tables. Courtney pays for her own printing. I should be ashamed of myself. Printing.
Yeah, you should.
She coordinates everything. She cuts everything out. She makes the packs. So we can't repay them enough. And I'm very particular about our name and our brand. And on day one, I just told Courtney, you want to do this? I 1,000% trust you. Run with it. And top 2 decision I ever made outside of marrying Stacy Beeman was letting Courtney run the with the scavenger hunt. So we're very thankful for her. And on top of that, because I know she would want me to say it, our dealers are so generous of their time and of the things they donate. Like, there's no offense. Any card show that's doing something for kids is doing the right thing. But some card shows are probably handing out kids packs of cards that the dealers don't want. And that's fine. We're giving away Zion cases and some pretty cool prizes. And I love that we've gotten to that level, that we can do it at that level. And all the credit goes to you guys. The one time you guys got sick and couldn't be there, it got to the point where I was like just handing out packs. Like, it looks like you did it. Because
it gets overwhelming. They get so into it. And I love how excited. The one that I remember as like, there's like parts of each one that I remember. The one that was one of my most favorite was we did like a live break. Some of the tickets had like you would get a spot in the break, a random spot. And then we did the break live at the show with all the kids, and they're all like lined up around me and they're super excited. And I'm like ripping the packs and showing them, and they're cheering and booing and like they were having the best time. And I'm like, this is how you get kids to like want to participate in this. They're so excited. They're super involved. They're very invested in completing their tasks to get their cards. And at the end, they're not getting something that nobody wants. They're getting cool things that everybody wants.
You know what they were doing last show, Courtney? I don't know if you knew this, but they would get the packs. Like if they won a couple packs, they traded Jeremy the packs for cards. So essentially, Jeremy's giving out cards and the packs because Jeremy just wanted to rip the pack. So if you're listening and you don't want to rip your pack, just go to Jeremy and he'll give you some cards that he's selling for the actual packs that you win on the scavenger hunt.
He did that. We've bought back stuff that we gave away to the kids. I've had them come up to me with the slabs that we gave them. Sometimes it will have sealed wax in them, and sometimes we'll have slabs. I want to shout out like so many. CGC has donated slabs. Ziggy No has donated slabs. Jason Glasky always donates wax. Ludex always donates wax. The amount of people that have just like Zion has actually sent us cases too. So the amount of people that are like seeing what we're doing and seeing, how influential it is on these kids who want to, take part in this space has been tremendous for me. But what's so cool is, like sometimes we have cool stuff that gets donated. Like those CGC slabs are really cool. And when anyone donates something to me, I have a shelf in it's the scavenger hunt shelf. So all the stuff gets stacked up. And I see stuff come in sometimes and I'm like, oh, I want that. So then these kids get it and they're like, I don't care about this player. So they come over like, I want to sell this. And I'm like, I'll buy that from you. Thank you. So they, they're still happy. They got their money. I got the card that I saw that was cool. There was this one little boy one year. He ripped a pack of cards and he got a Kobe White. And he came over to me. He's like, I want to give this to you. And I'm like, what? And he's like, well, I'm going to cry too because it was so sweet. He goes, I know that you love Kobe White and I ripped a Kobe White card. And so he's like, you're so nice and you always give us free stuff every year. So I wanted to give you this Kobe White. And I could not believe how sweet that was. And these are the kinds of hobby participants that we want. We're cultivating the children to be the kind of hobby participants that we are.
How about the kid who won the Zion case? Yeah. And he already had a Zion case, so he gave it to another child. Courtney's crying. The kids are being like the future of America, doing all sorts of awesome stuff.
Brad, you need to bring a tissue box to Courtney, like around the end of the scavenger hunt, because every time she's like bawling her eyes out. When Jeremy's like, "You cry, baby, get it together." When the kids are trying to take pictures because they're swapping Zion cases. Courtney's crying, trying to take the picture. It's kind of funny watching this go down.
Wow, Manny.
So a couple of points. One, Brad, you said Courtney a lot. Feel free to see Jeremy once in a while. Second, I wish shout out to Amelia and Steven, our two oldest kids, because they actually do a lot of legwork. Amelia is my personal Gabby, so I let her do a lot of work, and then I take I take all the praise for her efforts. But what people don't see is the amount of people who offer or try to participate and want to participate, and at a certain point you just run out of, like, logistically it doesn't work. There's a want and a willingness from additional people who haven't been mentioned, who want to give money, cards, time to be a part of this. And the thing that makes me like the proudest is we get asked to participate in a lot of things, and we've been very selective about who we partner with, who we associate with. And there's always that thought that the moment you take money for something, you're potentially putting yourself at risk, or you're becoming something that you're not. And Courtney has applied a lot of pressure to people who have asked us to collaborate, to do social media, to do stuff like that. And she said, the best way to get with Reckless is to support this scavenger hunt. So whether that's PWCC, whether that's Fanatics, whether that's any number of people that we've had conversations with. So my expectation for the scavenger hunt is for it to continue to grow, and for the stuff for the children to become bigger and badder.
We kind of brought up an idea to Dennis for his show, but Brad, you could take it and run. There's a volunteer at TNT. He's a good employee. He doesn't like any Indiana sports. He talks crap about all your teams, right? He's willing to get in a dunk tank for the kids and have the kids throw at him all day long for wax or packs or something. So I don't know, just an option. I know Tyler and Tommy know. It's Kenny. Kenny.
It's Kenny.
Well, we had an idea. I think we should put Manny and Kenny side by side. And,
I think kids should get to pick who they want to dunk.
And they just get to talk shit to little kids all day long. They would both love it.
No, I think the dunk tanks are something we could pull off in Shipshewana.
I think so too.
Can we do it outside?
It has to be outside.
Yeah.
Fits the vibe.
Memorial Day or Labor Day?
It is a fest. Now you're having games. We're adding games.
No, that could be part of the scavenger hunt. They have to dunk one of the two as one of their tasks.
I'm here for this.
I think that'd be great.
Let's make this happen. Where's Tops? Tops, can you please sponsor a dunk tank show?
We looked into it. They weren't that expensive to rent. I think it was like $250 to rent one for a day.
I'm in.
Have you guys noticed too? We make the kids work a lot harder. I don't know if Jeremy and Courtney remember. There used to be like 5 stops on the scavenger hunt. I think I counted 14 dealers.
There's a lot this time.
Yeah, we're gonna make them work for it this time.
I have such a hard time telling people who want to be part of the scavenger hunt no. I'm like the card. I'm gonna have to like redo the card eventually.
I know, because you can only do so much on there.
I run out of space.
There was one time where I missed the memo because I was just trying to buy and sell that, like, somebody either was late showing up or they didn't show up and they were removed, like a late scratch. And so these kids were coming up and like, I can't find so-and-so. And I'm like, oh man, well, you got to work. I'm like, I had to work to buy this stuff. So you got to work to earn it.
And they weren't even
they would
there.
like disappear for an hour and then come back defeated. And I was like, no, you got to go table by table. What are we doing here? And then I'm like, Amelia, come here. Hey, go help this kid out. She's like, Dad, they're not here. And I'm like, ooh. I'm like, hey, do you want a slab? Help yourself to the kids.
Yeah.
Don't touch the P-wheel.
In the meantime, Courtney's over here getting coffee for you, driving 40 minutes to Starbucks because that's all he drinks. And he's ruining the scavenger hunt within that 40 minutes.
No, hold on. Starbucks real quick. Brad is or Mr. Beeman, I'm sorry, is a true gentleman where he said, I need Jeremy to have coffee. We're going to have a coffee truck here. I will leave at 2:00 in the morning to go to Starbucks. And at 2:14, Courtney is sending me the most heinous text messages that you'll ever read. Get back here. We're going to be late. We need to set up. And I'm like, Court, doors don't open for 6 more hours. She's like, I know you're going to be late.
I do not take the Shipshewana lightly. We have to be there. We have to be set up. People are counting on us. It is important.
She yelled at Manny one morning. She told him to shut up and eat breakfast, and I am not joking.
I'm dead serious.
I'm not putting up with you. Eat breakfast.
It was a snowstorm, and I got up. I took NyQuil the night before because I was trying to get some good night's sleep. I woke up from I did not. It was like stuff. Like I was really bad stuff. But Jeremy Jeremy wakes me up and says, Courtney's not in the mood. You better hurry up and get around. So I'm sprinting down the stairs, and Courtney's just sitting at the table like a mom would with her arms crossed, her legs crossed. And she's like,
I was like shaking my foot.
yeah, go get food. You're not going to eat for a while. I was like, okay, Mom.
He told me, he's like, I'm not hungry.
No, don't tell Mom that.
He told me, he's like,
Just
I'm not
eat your
hungry.
food.
This
Shut up,
he is the
Manny.
same one that every time around like noon at the show, he's like, I'm starving. I got to get out to the food truck. And that's like always the busiest time at the table. And I'm like, you are not going to not eat breakfast because you're going to be starving. And with the weather, who knows if the food truck's going to be able to make it. I'm like, you need to eat breakfast. And so, yes, I did. And so we're in the car and Jeremy's like, he is a grown man, Courtney. You can't talk to him that way.
I mean, you can.
Yeah, you can. The food
I
trucks
tried,
are
Manny. I
amazing.
tried
though.
going to bat for you. She gave me 5 to the eyes and put me in my place. So
Yeah, the food trucks are amazing, though. I do get hungry smelling all that food coming. You do
It's so good.
pick well on the food. I think I get like the Southern food truck all the time. They have
The coffee truck that he had for a while.
yeah.
So I actually went on outside of setting up tables in the afternoon. My coffee truck canceled on me.
No.
Again?
So that's the one truck that is inconsistent for me. You can't find a coffee truck that consistently wants to come out. They all do well. They all have a line and do well, but for some reason you can't consistently find one. So I got to work on that.
There's one around here we can ask. I mean, I don't know if there's anything going on Saturday or not, but do you
Yeah.
want us to ask?
Absolutely. And then the other thing is the soul food truck. He's like on vacation or something. He'll be back on Memorial Day, but we replaced him with a couple that is bringing a slow cooker barbecue,
Oh,
like
okay.
ribs and
Oh, there
Ooh.
we go.
So if you guys are listening, you want to find Manny, you'll know where Manny is on Saturday. I'm gonna be
Manny's going to be too thick. He's just like,
yeah. I'm gonna
all over his face. I'm
He's
just
gonna be
like,
running deliveries.
yeah. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna be yelling at him instead of eat. I'm gonna be like, wash your hands before you touch the cards.
oh gosh.
I'm gonna have barbecue sauce all over my face trying to buy cards. It's gonna be great.
So Brad, the festivities, or Mr. Beeman, the festivities begin Friday. What time do doors open for trade night? And I know trade night is sponsored, so I want to make sure that we give everybody
Yes.
an opportunity
Yes.
to get their flowers. Give us
The
the beats about Friday and Saturday, sir.
yes, let me name the sponsors real quick before I forget. I want to definitely put the spotlight on them. Jason Gillespie at Sports Card Machines is the OG of sponsors. In
Big
fact,
dog. Woo.
when we were like, when the first couple trade nights we did, there were like 40 people there. He believed in it and we kept growing it. So big credit to Jason for being the first on board. And then right behind them came TNT, and they add so much value with the submission drop off and all the things they do. And plus the thing they don't get enough credit for is the level of cards in their case too. They've got tremendous inventory there. And then Hollister cards. If you don't know Brad Hollister, you're missing out. One of the best humans. The only human that might be nicer is his wife.
Kylie's amazing.
Yep.
I
Both
love
amazing people. Will have his repacks there. And then I tell you, a kid named Logan at Wax Breaks, he reached out to me and was just like so polite and just said, hey, I would love to sponsor. And we kind of found a niche for him to be able to donate. He'll be set up at trade night as well. So thankful for all those folks and obviously the Reckless folks for the scavenger hunt. But this is the one thing we're trying. Every show I like to try one new thing. So when we have a Saturday or Sunday trade night, it's always 6 to 10. But when we do a Friday night trade night, we do them 7 to 10, just because people getting off work, that sort of thing. So I had people say, Brad, I love your trade night. And when there were 40 people, I was breezy about it. But now there's 400 people walking around this trade night, and I get a little weird about my cards sitting out on the table. Could I have a showcase? Now there's been some evil plots thrown out there that I'm trying to make extra money through this. Really just wanted people to have an opportunity if they wanted to buy a VIP bracelet, and that would allow them to have a showcase. If it was that important to them, they could have a showcase, come in early, get set up, feel protected, have their space in the world. So if you come from at 6 o'clock, that's the VIP hour. You'll pay $20 to get in. You'll get a bracelet. You get to bring one showcase. I always say still just an armful or a backpack full, no dollies, no carts. We do want to keep it light because we got vendors who need to make money the next day and have paid for that, right? But then for 7 o'clock, and I can't talk about this enough. It's the same dang free trade night we've always done, and for the same amount of time, 7 to 10. So 6 to 7 for those guys and gals that are really wanting to come out early, get set up, have a showcase. 7 to 10, just the normal craziness that we usually do, totally free. And then it's very important for me to say the next day, the show totally free. No, we don't charge for parking. We don't charge to get in. My dealers have said over and over again, never charge admission. We'll just pay a little more for tables. So you have the dealers to thank and our sponsors for a free show. And we hope that 10 years from now, it's still free to get in the Shipshewana CardFest.
I like it.
Yes.
I have another idea, Brad. I don't know if you know this.
Mr. Beeman.
Oh, Mr. Beeman. I'm sorry, Mr. Beeman.
Or Bradley.
But Too Thick is not just a podcast. We're a security service too. So if you want me and Jeremy to walk around with our security vest on, we could do that as well. I'll be in the dunk tank. I could walk around. Just tell me what you need. I can do it. I'll pass out waters. I'm there for you, is what I'm trying to get at.
So here's the funny thing. I may take you up on that because I hire the LaGrange County Sheriff's Department to send an officer or two out for trade night and the show. They are not allowed to be in uniform per their policy. So they look like just normal Joes walking around. Still thankful if they're there, because if something would hit the fan, I don't want to tackle anyone. I may ask Jeremy to. Mr. Rec, I may ask him, but I'm not doing it.
I got you, buddy.
So
Jeremy's like,
I know.
I
Jeremy's
loved
right.
it. When we did our Fort Wayne show, I hired the Allen County police to come out. That guy came out, bulletproof vest, guns, tasers, and I'm like, that's what I'm talking about for security. So I might need a big manly presence such as Manny walking around there with a security shirt on to make sure law and order is well
And a
defined.
taser. You need the taser.
Manny's
Yeah,
terrifying.
Yeah, man, make sure you wear a cutoff T-shirt. We got to see the guns.
Sun's up, guns up.
I've been working out lately. I'm good. I'm ready. I'm ready. No one's stealing at this show. I'm just gonna let it be known.
Manly presence.
Crime is at an all-time high under Manny's watch.
Nope, nothing's getting through. If you're gonna see me sprinting, and you're gonna be like, oh, Manny's got someone. So,
The only time I saw Manny sprint, he ducked walk when he came to the table, Courtney. He's like, I have to go potty. Do you remember that?
Yes, we have so many stories. We should just do like a Shipshewana breakdown one night at post show and just tell some of the craziest stories that have come out of Shipshewana for us, because it is so much fun. It's not it's not like, and this is gonna sound super lame or cliche. It's not like a regular card show, because when you go there, I just have fun. And, we sell cards, obviously. We do very well at Shipshewana, but it is just a blast.
Yeah, it's family.
Well, and I have to tell you, a little off topic, but my favorite Too Thick subject matter is Manny's negotiating skills. Always die laughing at the Manny negotiating stories.
It gets bad. I sometimes get Tommy or Tyler to come with me to help negotiate. I think I've done that at Shipshewana. I'm like, Tyler, can you please come look at this raw card and help me out?
Manny, you gotta have Manny. What's your hot take for this show? What are you buying?
Ooh, what am I buying? I want to buy CJ Stroud. I think he's going to be legit with it being the off season too.
Boy,
It's hard. Yeah, well, it's hard to buy. So I want to buy Anthony Richardson, but it's hard to buy at Shipshewana Colts players because everyone's looking for Colts players.
Did you learn anything from Jeff Wilson?
No, I haven't.
Will Greer.
Will Greer. Yeah. I got to buy some real
Desmond
Greer.
Ritter. Desmond Ritter.
No, thank you. I don't want Desmond Ritter.
No, but didn't
He's gonna buy Dak. We all know he's just gonna buy Dak, and that's what it's gonna be.
You don't buy at the height though, right? You don't buy when they're way up here.
Manny, where's
CJ Stroud right now?
So Tyler, I would be interested what you guys, I know you do your own buying and selling. I know you help others. What are others wanting you guys to pick up?
This show, I don't think we're going to be buying for a repack this show, but Tommy and I have been talking a little bit more we've gotten so busy with the submissions, we've kind of gotten away from buying for ourselves, to be honest with you, because that's where it all started, was the buy and flip, and just keep on rinse and repeat. We were really good. Jeremy and I talked about it tonight a little bit. We were really good about not ever getting emotionally attached to anything. To where now our inventory now is probably, I would say, more heavy in stuff that is PC, which becomes a little bit of a problem, right? To where it's more collector based than flipping. So at this show, and really over the last couple of weeks, we've been trying to get back to, we have a little bit of advantage. We see a lot of cards come through. We know what's been looking good, what's been looking like, that just doesn't grade well. We're looking to get back to really just trying to buy that. Right now is a good time, I think, to buy football, because you're at the end of the off, you're getting from right now up until the draft is the best time to really buy for football, because it dips after the Super Bowl, even like Mahomes prices right now, they've all pretty much just kind of leveled out. So when we buy heavy for football, we try to stick to quarterbacks. So my favorite quarterbacks right now would be Herbert. There's going to be some excitement there with Harbaugh coming in. Joe Burrow is a buy right now because he's coming off injury. Not you got Joe Burrow or CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud just had a phenomenal season, exceeded expectations. His prices are already, kind of locked in, like they're consistent. No more Sky Moore. He's cut off.
No.
We'll sell Sky Moore. We got a lot
Tyler
of it.
even mentioned Sky Moore chopping.
Tommy's like sweating. He's like, Jesus.
No, we got Sky Moore.
What are you guys seeing? I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry, Tyler. What are you guys seeing? If you don't mind sharing, I think it would be helpful for people that are bringing things to you at the show. What products, like the CJ Stroud, Richardson, or even Prism Basketball, what products are grading well? And what products you really need to look over before professionals like you need to take a look at them?
I mean, Prism for the most part look pretty good.
Yeah, and
outside of centering a little bit.
And it kind of goes, a lot of cards are in the same boat as, the noisier the card, the easier it is to grade. Cards with lots of patterns, scope patterns, X-fractors. Base Prism cards where the smallest little scratch sticks out like crazy, they're tough grades. A purple scope that's got the whole card covered with shiny, bright lights looking, those always grade easier. Yeah. Cards that have white borders on the back tend to grade easier because it doesn't show
not black bordered, not black borders, no good.
No.
I mean, it could be good, but it's harder to grade those, obviously.
The card I really like this year is the Prism, the Green Wave.
Mm-hmm.
The Prism Green Waves are nice. They got a noisy front.
The centering's been tough on a lot of those, though.
Has it? Yeah. It's a good looking card. I like that. You can get them for like Stroud, I think, $80 to $90.
Yeah.
Mine sells for
like 6 or 7 with him, and they've all been way off center.
But
the centering's easy to tell.
So
you can see what you're buying. You can check the centering yourself.
I feel like PSA is being friendly, a little friendly on the front centering on Prism.
It depends. It depends on the grader and what day you get them on.
Okay. You got about a 50-50 shot. But
the best bet is buying Bandai cards. Is I'm going to say the quality and the Bandai card.
It really is.
The Dragon Ball Z, One Piece.
Reckless gets their black labels with those. Not Manny, not so much, but Reckless.
Yeah, I wonder why. Tommy's reviewing.
Because you're bad at picking cards. No,
Tommy reviews Jeremy's and Tyler reviews mine.
Jeremy
request the best. What can I say, buddy?
You're such a hater. Pick better cards, Manuel.
I hate buy better cards.
Those same cards you're complaining about, we sent them. I think half of them to PSA, and they got 10s. That was a grader at Beckett.
Yeah,
yeah, it happens.
Oh man.
The good thing about Manny, he is never accountable for his own actions. I love the consistency that it's always somebody else's fault.
He's right. He's running an all-time high right now. He got the first manga from Pokemon. First edition, first print, ever graded.
Manga.
9 what was it? A 9.2
for 1996.
And I reviewed that card, which is, that's phenomenal because you could definitely tell, somebody, had flipped through it, looked through it. We had the iron out. We were ironing it. Make sure you got all the wrinkles out. The card was that manga. If you didn't send it to us, you would have been lucky to get like the 5.5. I think that Jeremy got. So
man.
You're so lucky that Tyler got that.
congratulations
Ironed the
on
pages
your
for you.
first win. I'm glad I could help.
Yeah,
He went through every page and ironed
Yeah.
it.
he was trying to read it.
He also like
I had to do
he's like,
just to look it up.
Yeah,
It took 20 minutes to do that submission for one book.
my first win.
It was a 4.6, and then he put Mr. Minty all over it and turned it into a
Mhm.
9.2 just for
Yep.
you, Manny, because he
There
didn't
you
want
go.
to listen to you.
Thank you, Tyler. Thank you. I
A
appreciate
little bit
you.
of Kurt spray, it was golden.
But yeah, I mean, at this show, like also, Brad, going back to your original question,
Mr. Beeman.
Mr. Beeman. I'm sorry, Mr. Beeman.
How many times you can make that mistake?
It's so fun going there and buying Michigan State for me cards because they're so much cheaper. Because people can't sell them. Like in Indiana, I talked to Evan Bushy. He worked for Andy at Indy Card Exchange, and he said that it's tough to sell some of the Michigan State players down there. So you could get it at a discounted price there. The one thing you have to look out for, and this is some advice, and I gave him crap earlier, was Card Collector 2 is going to be there, and he buys all the college cards. So you got to beat him to the table. And I already told him, I said, lay off my Michigan State this time, because last show I tried to find Kenneth Walker cards, and I couldn't find one Kenneth Walker card. I looked at the video. He was a table ahead of me buying them all. And I was like, why can't I find a Kenneth Walker card? And now I know why.
Well, he doesn't play. He'll spend some money.
Yeah.
I do think that's an interesting topic for the hobby moving forward is, we all play by these rules. NFL, unless it's a PC player, NFL, you buy quarterbacks, you buy pro unis. Well, now that Fanatics has these exclusives, have the rules changed?
Not sure yet. We'll see how CJ
I'm
Stroud's
only time
cards
can tell,
play
you
out the
know.
next year or two.
Super
The college uni
interesting.
stuff, like the Bowman U stuff, has been doing pretty well.
It's
so
hard.
exciting.
It's like
Harrison cards are out of this world high. Like I didn't know until I eBayed it the other day. I was like, Marvin Harrison autos are
Mhm.
way higher than I
Well,
know he's an
Kim-
amazing player, but
Kim
we're also
Smith did a
conditioned to
super
not want
factory
college
that's been doing
unis.
well.
You said what, Courtney?
Yeah.
I said we're also conditioned to not want the college uniforms, you know.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
that's changing.
I think it's turning. I told Jeremy, I think Bowman U is kind of turning into Bowman Chrome in baseball. Like I know they're in baseball, they have the major league logos, but there's a big college fan base in the Midwest that love college sports. And if they have like exclusives to these guys where they're getting Bowman U first and it's their actual logo, which we didn't have until like 2 years ago, I think it could take off. You're basically essentially
it'd be
getting,
interesting to see if there's these actual Bowman firsts of like guys.
Yeah, I think
How
once
are
they
they going to hold up long term if they really are their first autograph, major autograph for a lot of them?
yeah, I mean, Caleb Williams cards right now, that would be a good looking for him before the draft.
is Caitlin Clark.
Yep.
She had a card go for like $70K.
Yeah.
I'm such a hater. I don't like college cards. Like it'll be really hard for me to do. I just don't. I don't like them. That would be something that would be purely like an investment purchase for me because I would never buy a college uniform for a PC. Like I wouldn't want it.
I think they're a
Yeah,
good
I like
quick
them.
flip.
That's
I
just
think
me.
they're a good quick flip if they're the right player.
Yeah, no,
Any
for
of
sure.
any of the big stars, your Caitlin Clark's, Angel Reese. I don't really know many this year as far as college men's basketball, but
I like that you're going with the girls. That makes me
well,
happy.
they're bigger than the boys when it comes to college
They're better.
basketball. I mean, really.
They are.
How hard could it be? The boys do it. Boys do
Yeah.
it.
Well, I've been
Caitlin Clark.
collecting
I just
Matas,
the joke at
Brusalis.
TNT is Caitlin Clark's getting drafted by the Pistons. You watch.
I know that'd be awesome.
That would be so cool.
The
Not
Pistons,
gonna lie.
we're tanking for Caitlin.
Yes, it's our only hope. We went and watched them play. They are bad. I mean, they are so bad. She could play there. If Bronny James can start for the Lakers right now, she can play for the Pistons.
Why wouldn't she be able to? She's better than most of them.
I think it needs to happen.
So- If you're on the fence, I encourage all of you to get out there, check it out. There's people who just show up for trade night. There's people that make a weekend out of it. There's people that go there and then they go to like the flea market and some of the shops that are around there. There's some cool stuff going on. I would encourage all of you, if you're on the fence about grading with TNT, go there, meet Tyler and Tommy. Let us know who you like more. Me and Manny are always taking bets on who
Avoid
likes who.
Kenny. Avoid Kenny. He's a little.
Kenny's the goat. Kenny at the shows, he's the goat.
His fiance's a lot better.
Oh, I love her.
So
make sure you say hi to Mr. Beeman, and make sure you call him Mr. Beeman. Otherwise, he might have you ejected, removed from the premises right away with his,
Manny with his masculine body.
I'm gonna come swinging. I'm ready.
I just wanted to.
I would just say, Brad, in all seriousness, Courtney, TNT, all the other people that we mentioned today, and all the people that we didn't even have an opportunity to mention, thank you for all that you guys do to make it something for just the hobby people to look forward to, something awesome for the kids, something awesome for the family, something that is created. Like, I know Courtney will be at the Hampton Inn with our friends talking UFC come Friday night after, and our own little personal trade night that we've done for quite some time. And it truly is community. It's something that you should all be proud of. I know I'm proud to be associated with it. Make sure you follow, and I'll let Manny close us out.
Yeah. Any final words from Mr. Beeman or the TNT crew?
Yeah, here you go, Mr. Beeman. Well done.
I was just going to say, and please, no one call me Mr. Beeman at the show. Brad is just fine. I was just going to say, one other thing we're doing. It's really important for me that these dealers get the looks at the traffic that we need them to. We're putting about 10 tables upstairs. We flirted with that a little bit by putting Vintage Card Shack up there, because he was like, I just put me somewhere, and I said, well, I can put you upstairs. And so he was up there by himself for the last 2 shows, and he said the traffic was decent, but I'm putting about 10 tables up there. I'm thinking late morning the place is going to be packed. Prayers, hopes for that. And I really did that one to help a few people that have been waiting for absolute ever to get in. Those people are literally I'm out of tables and space downstairs. They're literally bringing their own tables, hauling them upstairs. There's going to be about 10 tables. If you come to the show, just one trip up there so they see everyone too. That's really important to me, that we take care of those 8 to 10 brave souls that are going to hang out up there. And, if it makes sense, we'll keep doing it. But just wanted to shout that out. And I hope everyone comes out and has a really good time. And we can't wait to see everyone. We're thankful for you guys.
I think Matt from Ludex will be chained upstairs, so if you go upstairs, throw him a Baby Ruth.
Yeah.
We talked about doing a Ludex lounge up there and having like a golf simulator, and so you let Matt go wild. He'll do it, and that's what I love about him.
I like it.
That would be fun.
It would be fun.
All of a sudden, the scavenger hunt just is gone because Courtney's upstairs doing golf simulation the whole time. I got to hug Brian Urlacher at a Ludex golf simulator. So this is the energy I'm here for.
TNT crew, you got anything that you guys want to bring up?
No, just thanks, Brad. I mean,
Can't wait. Excited.
you were the first show for us. I don't think there's a TNT's where we're at today without the Shipshewana show. So no, thank you.
No,
Not true, but I'll take the compliment.
Okay, well, Jeremy, you're going to have to promote their brand because they're not going to. You could find them. Where at, Jeremy?
TNTcards.com, Facebook, TNTcards.mi.
Our awesome sponsors of the
Good
show,
seeing you,
the
Tommy.
Thicc show. And Courtney.
Tommy's got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, he's got the little bladder. Courtney, any final thoughts?
No, just make sure that you come. You don't want to miss this. Please, please, please make sure you check out all the vendors. Bring your kids. 9 to 1, really important this time. There is a time limit. Check out the food trucks. Look at all the cool stuff that Brad has put and his family have done to make this something that everybody can have fun and attend. The community out there in Shipshewana is awesome. There's a lot of like really niche little places for people, like spouses or whatever who don't want to come to the show. That it's still something. There's something for everyone. So just make sure that if you are, like Jeremy said, on the fence about coming out, come out and see us. Say hi. Come up to the table. Everybody. I look forward to this so much every quarter that I cannot express how excited I will be to see you. So please come say hello to me. Say hello to everyone. Go upstairs. Check out the whole venue. There's several rooms. It's worth it.
Thank you, Courtney. And with that, Jeremy loves back hugs. So if you see him, give him a big back hug. He loves it. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed your hobby release. We will see you this weekend. We are excited. Have a good one. Bye.
See ya.